you've been back, have you had much contact with anybody over there, or has it more been, you know what, I want to distance myself from what's been going on and get my mind out of it. I'm home for now and looking towards, what's going on with your next deployment. So, what's life been like for you?
Well, I think I have this a little bit, but I've been enjoying reading the news, and it's been fascinating to see some of the news articles this past week showing where different reports about Al-Qaeda in Iraq being weakened, and it sort of fits in with my perception of what I was seeing there, and it's interesting to see some of this reporting coming out that the terrorist organization in Iraq is hurting right now, and I believe that's the case.
There was the headline on Drudge was the CIA, and we actually have the story over here, the Washington Post this morning. U.S. cities, big gains against Al-Qaeda. Group is facing setbacks globally, says CIA chief. Less than a year, and just reading the beginning part of the article, less than a year after his agency warned of new threats from a resurgent Al-Qaeda, CIA director Michael V. Hayden now portrays the terrorist movement as essentially defeated in Iraq and Saudi Arabia, and on the defensive throughout much of the rest of the world, including in its presumed haven along Afghanistan and the Pakistan border. It was funny. I jokingly made the comment. It's like, wow, do you want to really publicly say that out loud? Because I hate to stir the hornet's nest. But is Iraq largely the reason for that? Is it because of the success that we've made there? Because I know the mainstream media is not going to pick up on that storyline. But the reality is we drew them out there by going in, and that was kind of unexpected. But do you think that we would have had these gains against Al-Qaeda if it hadn't have been for us going over there?
I think that's a part of it, but I think the bigger reason is how the Al-Qaeda in Iraq operated there and how it offended most people in the region. I mean, the car bombs, you find 50 people beheaded. I mean, it's just everywhere where they were at, they were treating the Sunni population and the Shia population in that kind of way. And I think it was more of a rejection of Al-Qaeda. Now, I think our presence there helped the people stand up against them over time, so surely we had a big part in it. But I think a lot of this is driven by a rejection of the Al-Qaeda operations and their ideology and their tactics.
What do you see in terms of the global war on terror? You get a story like this today talking about, Al-Qaeda on the ropes. As you've told us, and we've talked about their, I don't want to say gaining strength, but the operations in Northern Africa, they've been spread out quite a bit. Where do you see the future for Al-Qaeda? Do you see, what scenario do you see them gaining strength, or do you see a scenario where it continues, where they kind of fall apart, and then what happens? I mean, just in your assessment, obviously.
I think they've lost some strength and some momentum, but I think they're going to be around for a while. This is be a continuing